Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Right, 1, 2, 3. And here we go. And so our card tonight is the Wheel of Fortune. Sounds like you maybe have some fortune coming, but after making some maybe tough decisions. Oh, look at that. It looks like a little it looks like a little ferret. I love a ferret. I've always wanted to be a companion to a couple of ferrets there. Oh, and look, we have a cute little face. It looks like the face of a tiger, maybe. It also looks like an eye, the capital I. But the ferret. I want to talk about this ferret first. Let's get back around. Let's rotate. And I just like to get a good look at what we're working with here before I really start. But we see this ferret. Okay, kind of a weasel, right? A sneaky little rodent. But they're fun. They're playful. They're resourceful. Okay? They love to be in companionship in pairs. Most animals do, but I think that these kinds of animals especially are very bonded, and so I feel like this speaks to you having a close and important relationship. Okay. I also think, well, we're talking about Cancer, so when you're kind of locked in, you're locked in, and you have a lot of love and loyalty. When your energy is matched, it's pretty unbreakable, I would say. Okay, so that's a beautiful, beautiful symbol to see right out of the gate there. Okay, and then let's look at that tiger. And now we have the nose, the mouth, the eyes. And immediately, this is right in the center. I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune and the tiger energy, I feel that there is probably some kind of maybe tough decision. Something that you're not coming to a real easy answer. Or maybe you've come to the answer, but it's hard to kind of implement, right? So I do think that this is probably in the realm of work, maybe some kind of project, passion, activity, maybe within volunteering, something where you're kind of in the world, active, making resources, if that is money, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and we have, let's see, we'll start with this one first. We have a little turtle here. And then we have this turtle over here. And now this one looks like it's really kind of getting ready to go pretty fast. You can see its little tail is out. Its leg is all the way out. Its little head's there. And so I feel that this is really kind of a sign that, maybe you're overextended. I feel like this maybe is what, it has to do with this decision that you're making. I feel that, you have not optimized your time and routine. You maybe are lingering in certain things and trying to kind of pack too many things into one day. Working on things that aren't really a priority versus, projects or aspects of projects that are much more important in the now. Okay, so I think part of this decision making is going to be about time management. And that leads me to believe that you're probably going to have to maybe step back from some things, put some things on the back burner for a while, just kind of go through your schedule and edit kind of what you're doing day to day. And I know this kind of is hard. I mean, it can be really hard, especially if you have a lot of things you just don't really want to do, and then you have some really awesome things that sound really, like you really could get into them. And being a Cancer, you all can be pretty hyper-focused and, very into whatever you're interested in at the time, which, is awesome. It always feels nice to be able to kind of apply yourself to whatever it is that you enjoy doing. But I do think this is going to be a time of kind of tempering self and really kind of getting that list of things whittled down. And, maybe you're just also involved in a lot of things. Maybe you have some classes coming up. Maybe, you have kids or family or, whatever. We're going into a new part of the year. So a lot of things are starting up. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we've been in summer. It's kind of, especially if you have children, grandchildren, younger people in your life who are going back to school, and that changes everybody's routine, right? Or, there's a different kind of set of things that happen in the fall. Here, it's like we slow down on some of the outdoor stuff, but there's so much like yard work to be doing. There's a lot of like fall festivals and, preparing, oh my goodness, for the holidays, right? And then in the southern hemisphere, I imagine, and of course I'm not from, but I've never been, but I imagine now you're going into spring and things are coming alive. I don't know how cold it gets in a lot of I don't know. I don't know if it snows a lot, maybe way down south. But things are, starting to regenerate themselves and getting ready for those warmer seasons to start, warmer months, I should say, to start ramping up there. So, it's kind of that getting into a transitional period. And then on top of that, we just start feeling different. I know I do. I get, during the summer, way more of kind of like a manic kind of energy. I have so many things. I have so many projects. I'm kind of, flitting around from here to there. I know that I'm kind of stressed out, right? I'm dog tired by the time I get to bed. And then, September rolls around. And we start having those first days where it smells like fall, gets cooler, and suddenly I can breathe. And I feel like I've been holding my breath for the last 3 or 4 months, and I didn't even realize it. I have not relaxed for even a moment, it feels like. Not true, but, it feels that way. And so this transition into a kind of transitional period of a few months, couple months. Here it's, a couple months maybe. We have the colors and then we have, the snow, usually immediately. Sometimes not, but anyhow, how we feel changes. It just does. We change with the seasons. And whatever that looks like to you, that it will affect everything else. Okay? I find that it takes me longer to do things during the winter. I just slow down. I do. You know, and so we have to start to think about intentionally setting our schedules for our level of, you know, ability to get things done reasonably. I don't know why we take such pride in being overbooked. I don't know why we think it's like some kind of, I don't know, attribute of character if we are grinding 24/7, barely sleeping, you know, not getting a lot of time to relax, you know, just starting to fall apart at the seams. I don't know why that is. I mean, it's, you know, I do a little bit historically. But we won't talk about the Industrial Revolution and all of that. It's something that we have to actively, intentionally work against, because we will run ourselves right into the dirt, won't we? And so I think this is a big deal for you. It's time to kind of figure out what can you do, what can wait, okay? Now we have, and I feel like we have this beautiful kind of almost slender god figure, something kind of, oops, I hit that. I bet that's so loud when I hit that thing. Some kind of power symbol, because raising the arm, and it looks like it's attracting this beautiful fish up here. Almost like it makes me think of when I go like this to the cats and they come running. I've been teaching the baby, well, she's not really a baby anymore, but teaching our daughter how to call the cats. And she's learning how to click her fingers, but I say just tap, 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 like this. They love that, you know. And so I feel like you have such an ability to kind of orchestrate the energy around you. I feel like you also are probably really connected with animals. I have to say, if you've ever watched any of my other cancers, I adore Cancer people. They just are some of my favorite people in the world. And of course, my husband is a Cancer. I do adore him. But Cancer people seem to have such a deep psychic and heart-to-heart connection to many animals. Not just their companion animals, or, you know, the animals that live around their home, outside their home, but most animals, right? There's just some kind of something about your nature that really, you know, I feel like animals trust you. They can sense you. They see you. There's that psychic connection, very deep. And so I feel like, you know, you have a lot of power in this area. And I think that spending time around animals where you can actually really is kind of like charging your battery. Okay. I think that maybe sometimes this isn't something that you consider, you don't seek it out. Maybe you share your home with some companion animals, and that's probably pretty lovely. But I think also getting out into maybe the park, visiting the birds, you know, going and looking at some fish somewhere, maybe some koi fish or whatever is available in your area, saying hello to the squirrels, you know, just taking advantage of those opportunities and connecting with the wildlife. because they love you. They really do. And also I see a little heart. So that kind of punctuates that they really do love you. And here we have another fish. Well, actually that was now when we turn it this way, that was what I was talking about, the turtle. The little turtle that was going kind of slow. And then over here on the other end, it was going much faster. But now when we turn it this way, it looks like a fish kind of going into here. We have the tail. So abundance, prosperity, longevity, all of those beautiful things. And I think that with just a minor, tinkering with that schedule, really, we all have things that we do that can go for a little bit, right? I'm trying to think what I have. Laundry. I'll just stop doing laundry. No, I don't know. Something. I can't think of, wow. Really, I think my thing is just being on the phone idly. That's my big problem is, and I think a lot of us, that's our thing. If we just kind of set some time limits for ourselves, and I'm really seeing it more and more because, with my daughter, I have to set limits with different things. And, of course I want her to be able to make her own decisions, but she's young. So we set some limits. And then I'm like, I have to abide by those limits as well. And then I find myself mindlessly grabbing my phone, turning on the TV or whatever. And it's like, I have to live by my own rules. That's not fair. So that's probably, where a lot of us can make a little more time, create a little more space for ourselves within our day. Okay, so here's a J, and then I'm trying to see, and this one is so interesting because after I'm talking about all this animal stuff, I see a cobra with a mouth. I'm about to, well, that's not really the sound that they make, is it? It's like and then I see a person kind of holding maybe a stick. They're gonna catch it. Not bash it, they're gonna catch it. So I feel like, listen, usually when I see the serpent, I want to say this is knowledge. This is that fire energy, your body, the elements in your body being aligned, activated, creative force and all that. But sometimes I see these serpents and they have their mouth open like that. They don't look nice. They don't look friendly. And it leads me to believe that maybe there's somebody running their mouth, getting involved where they don't need to be, causing you some anxiety, stress. Maybe they are overstepping boundaries. Whatever it is, they do not have good intentions for, their interactions with you or around you. So keep an eye out, get that evil eye talisman out. Be mindful of who you're talking to, especially online. This is it's just, we all have to deal with it, right? We all have all kinds of strange people and listen, I like strange people, but ones that have kind of nefarious, or they just are reckless. They do not have the honor to honor other people, right? So we have to be careful. Just be careful who you're letting close to you, being mindful, protecting your private life, your sacred spaces, right? And this could be anybody, somebody at work, somebody you meet through a friend, whatever it is. I really am a firm believer, it's okay to share about yourself, but really the things that are important, keep it to a small circle. you know. But you're a Cancer, so I don't know that you even, you know, I probably learned this from a Cancer, honestly. Probably. So let's see. What do we have over here? I see a smiley face. It looks like a frog face. Oh, the other day I saw a frog. I was watering my plants. And okay, I'm sorry. I know I've been talking about my outdoor activities a lot and whatever. I know some of you don't like that, and you've told me, and you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna talk about it. I was out there watering, and I thought it was like a piece of bark or something I hit with the water, and it kind of flipped, and I was like, oh, you know, whatever. And then I kind of turned, I looked, and it was a little frog. He was so cute. Actually, it was a toad. My bad. It was a toad. And I put my hose down carefully, quietly. And then I walked over and I said hello. And we locked eyes. And like a child, I wanted to go down there and pet it. And it just hop, went into the bush. And I thought, oh, I got to find at least where it went in sitting. So I can go get my daughter and she can come out and look, because she's, you know, she's 3. Of course she wants to see all the cool bugs and things that I'm looking at. And so anyways, I never grew out of looking for lizards and frogs and bugs. And so anyways, I get in there and I'm just like all the way in the bush, you know, half hanging out and looking around. And I kind of start to come out, and the local town police officer was like doing their rounds or whatever, and kind of slowly drove by and waved, and like I'm like, oh my goodness, they saw me like crawling into the bush. Oh well, it was fun. So let's see, we also have, we have the eye. So I feel like yeah, definitely, you know, keeping your stuff on lockdown, I don't know if I pronounce it right, but it's the Nazar, I think, the evil eye talisman. And so that's that blue, it's a blue circle, there's a white circle, and then there's the middle, which is blue too, I think. And yeah, if you have something like that, if you have your own talisman, you know, whatever you use for like psychic self-protection, you know, just warding off those bad vibes, doing a cleansing. I always say cleanse your house, you know, get the energies moved out. Hopefully wherever you're at, it's cool enough that you can open up your windows, get the stagnant air out. And then I think you're going to be just happy, you know. And I think really this reading, the big thing though is, you know, making a decision to get your time kind of worked out for you. Because listen, nothing worse than a Cancer who is overextended, stressed out, a little bit grumpy. And, you know, I'm not saying this because I'm the wife of somebody that can get a little grumpy, but hey. So, just make sure that you're giving yourself some time, okay? Rest, relaxation, do your passion stuff, the things that make you feel happy and alive, you know, whatever that is. But, you know, it's where the idleness is, I think, is where we can like tighten things up a bit. Okay, so we're going to look at the lightness of being affirmation cards. And I'm just going to go ahead, pull one right here, and let's see. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. It's like a little, I think it's a fairy on these ones. They have like the little wings. And it says, truth, serenity. As you continue to relax and awaken, the light within heals and activates every cell. Exactly what we were just talking about. It just confirms it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring you these messages. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm, and that helps, ultimately grow the channel, get the video out to more people. If you have not subscribed, think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. You can watch your other placements between now and the next Cancer reading. Your solar, lunar, ascendant, your Venus, and I said it different than I usually do, so I was like, and then what's the other one? Oh, cross-watching for other people. And then also, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I love hearing from you. Sometimes it takes me a day or two just because I like to reply to each one, and that takes some time. But I am on it, and I love learning about all of you who are watching. I feel like I've gotten to know quite a few of you, and honestly, it is one of the great honors of my life, and I don't say that lightly. I really don't. So anyways, I want to this is coming out on Monday, so hopefully you have a beautiful, wonderful, time managed week ahead, and or whenever you're watching this. I just hope everything is going well. I send you lots of love. I love you. Love, love, love. And we'll talk in just a few days.